Hi everybody, I'm here today to do the 7 Deadly Sins of Beauty tag. I've been watching this, a lot of different people do this, well, a few, and it seemed kind of really interesting, and you kind of had to think about the questions a lot, which I like that to it too. So I was just kind of in the mood to film, and I was home and I'm bored, so I was like, why not? So I figured I would do this. So I'm kind of trying to work with my lighting because, like I've mentioned before, I really only have time to film like after sundown usually. So I always have to work with kind of whatever lighting I have, and I'm trying to get a new light tonight, so we'll see how this works, and it might be my new lighting, I guess. Anyways, I'll get started. Sin number 1 is greed. And it is, what is your most inexpensive beauty product and what is your most expensive? Now, I had a hard time finding my most inexpensive because I have a lot of stuff from like e.l.f. and that's kind of all really $1 to $3 range, so it's definitely probably my cheapest, I'd say. And I kind of went between these two things because I kind of forget the pricing. So I know they're both either the same or within $1 to $3. So I picked my e.l.f. Glossy Gloss in Ballet Slippers, which is just this really pretty nude kind of color. And I picked my little mini e.l.f. or my little mini eyelash curler from e.l.f., which is like for either $1 or $3 whatever I paid for it. So worth the money. I love this thing. It works fantastic. And my most expensive, I don't really have a whole, like, anything that's really expensive. I don't have anything from, like, Chanel or Dior or anything like that, so I don't have any of the, like, crazy expensive beauty products. So it's kind of going through and trying to figure out what would be considered my most expensive, and I was torn between two things, actually. I was torn between my MAC palette that I have and my Tarte Vanity that I have. Originally this is what I pulled out. It's the Tarte Vanity, which it's all mirrors, so I don't want to blind you guys with it, but I'm sure you've all seen it before. It's just like, I'm not going to be able to show you guys this without blinding you, especially with the light behind me, so I'm sure you guys all know what that is. And it was like $52, I think. So that was kind of my most expensive, like, all together, like, at once, one kind of thing purchase. But then I also was thinking about my MAC palette that I have, and I bought this, the palette and the eyeshadows in it. I'm trying to remember, this is kind of like, I got this like 2 years ago now, I think, almost. And I bought it kind of all together. Like, I want to think I know for sure I got the palette itself, and I want to think I got like 10 of the eyeshadows with it, like, at once. So that would have been like at least probably like $80, $90. So if you want to think about it, really, this is probably my most expensive purchase. And then I kind of got the other like 3 or 5 shadows on a separate MAC order like a few weeks later or whatever to fill the palette. So yeah, kind of depending on how you want to look at it, either one of those would be considered my most expensive. Number 2 is Wrath, and is, what beauty products do you have a love-hate relationship with, and what has been the hardest to find? For me, I have a love-hate relationship with eyeliner. As you can see, I have it on today. Most videos, I don't even know if there's too many videos where it's really actually noticeable, because unless I have time to actually kind of sit down and like take my time with it, I'm bad at it, to be honest with you. I've kind of tried to like make like a, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm trying to get myself on to doing it more frequently so I get more used to it, and then I can kind of get better at it and not take me like 10 minutes to do eyeliner. Because pretty much it takes me about that now to do it. So I definitely have a love-hate relationship with that. I love wearing it and I love the effect it gives to my eyes, but I hate the fact that it takes me so long because I'm just not that good with it, because it's not something I do frequently. So yeah, definitely eyeliner. And For hardest to find, I actually kind of had a hard time with this one too, because I kind of just buy stuff like as I see it or as like I want it. Like I do shop online quite a bit because around here, unless something's like drugstore brand, I can't get it. So anything like from MAC or Urban Decay or anything that's sold from like Sephora, that kind of thing, I can't actually physically get it here. So I do a lot of ordering online. But generally, I don't know, I just don't find I have a hard time finding things. Just kind of whatever I want is usually always in stock or I can get. But then I realized the only thing that I could think of was the Naked 2 palette. This here, which came out, I guess, was it December? November, December? Somewhere in that vicinity, I guess, now. And it was sold on Urban Decay, which does not ship to Canada. So I couldn't get it while it was on Urban Decay, and it was sold out always immediately when it was on there anyway. So I had to wait for it to get, I had to wait for it to be on Sephora before I could order it to get it. So it's the only thing I could think of because it was out and I wanted it, and I kind of like had to wait around for Sephora to get it online for me to get it. So I guess that would be this here. Because other than that, this is really the only thing that I've ever had to kind of like wait for. 3 is Gluttony. What are your most delicious beauty products? Now, I found this kind of, I didn't really know how to take this, I guess. I don't really consider, like, I don't use the word delicious really for any of my beauty products. So I kind of went with something that like tasted, like, not that I eat my beauty products, but tasted or smelled good. And the only thing I could really come up with that I could think of offhand was my Mentha Lip Shine from Bath and Body Works. And it is in mint, vanilla and mint. And vanilla and mint are probably like my 2 favorite like scents, tastes, I guess, in a way. So when this is on my lips, like I just love the taste that it leaves and I love the smell of it. So I picked that for most delicious because it seemed to make most sense for me, I guess. 4 is Sloth. What beauty product do you neglect due to laziness? That for me would have to be like bronzer and contouring. I am so lazy when it comes to that. I just find that I have to, I don't know, just my face shape, and I don't know, it just, I find it takes a lot of work for me to make it look like natural and not like cakey or like really like, wow, she contoured her face kind of thing. So I only really do that like if I'm going out, or again if I have kind of like a longer period of time to do my makeup. If I'm in a rush like everyday wear, I don't do it. I like the way it looks when I get it on. It looks, you know, nice and natural, but I just don't really find I have the time for it, and I don't really miss it either not wearing it. It's kind of just like one less thing I have to keep on my face all day, so that's that. And 5 is Pride. What beauty product gives you more self-confidence? I kind of went back and forth with this one too. And I had a hard time. I kind of narrowed it down to 2 things. I couldn't really pick between mascara and foundation. I absolutely hate, like, I find my eyes just look so tiny and just, I don't know, I need mascara on my eyelashes. If I don't do anything else to my eyes and I just have some mascara on and my eyes, like my eyelashes are nice and curled and separated and volumized, I just find it brightens up my face so much. But then the other hand, very rarely do I leave the house without foundation on, like very, very rarely. If I'm kind of just going out quickly to like the grocery store, run a few errands, I'll do it then. But I have, my skin it's kind of problematic, I guess I'll say, in the sense that I break out kind of quite frequently. And I tend to get like red spots and stuff. Sometimes it does, like, I can get away with it and it doesn't look, you know, terrible or anything, but for the most part, those are the 2 things that if I'm not going to do anything else, and if I put some foundation on and mascara, I feel like it just, I can have no worries if I leave the house looking like that. And 6 is Lust. What attributes do you find most attractive in the opposite sex? This question I found really, really random because it really has absolutely nothing to do with beauty, I find. Because, I mean, most people I don't think are going to say that, like, you know, kind of, I know, like, looks are important, obviously, to people, but I feel like it's not, like, the most important thing when it comes to, like, the opposite sex. So, I mean, for the sake of answering the question, I guess I'll say, like, I just like them to generally be, like, kind of well-dressed and kind of take care of themselves in a sense. I just find that's really attractive, but like I said again, like, I'm not going to sit here and list all the things that I like in a guy because that's just boring and not related to this video whatsoever. So I'll just go to number 7, which is envy, and it's what item would you most like to receive as a gift? And for me, I find in kind of like the beauty related sense, most people know I love it, but they generally don't buy me things. They'll kind of just get me like a gift card for somewheres or something like that because I'm kind of really picky. And with the amount of stuff that I have, people kind of like don't know what I have and what I don't have. So like really, I wouldn't want anybody to buy me anything, as kind of weird as that sounds. It's kind of something that I like going out and picking out, or I like, you know, browsing online and reading reviews. Like, I want to make sure it's something that I really like and I'm going to want and use. So, I mean, maybe a perfume, maybe, but like I'm fussy with that too. So, I don't know. I don't really think, I wouldn't say anything. I'd kind of rather like a gift card or something like that if it was going to be beauty related. And then that way I could kind of just go and get what I don't have or what I need or what I really want. So yeah, that is my 7 deadly sins of beauty tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I tag anybody to do this that wants to, because I think it's kind of just a really fun tag that kind of makes you look through your stuff that you have to kind of actually think about it. So anyways, that's all for now, and I will see you guys later. Bye!